Cornelius was in the army. Cornelius was a northern kingdom brother. He was an Israelite. I'm going to show you what David said. Because he don't want us to read. In order to understand the New Testament, you have to understand the Old Testament of the Bible. Read that.
Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
He said he showed his word unto Jacob, right? The Israelites. Read, watch this.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He said unto Israel. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Those 12 tribes right there, that's who the Lord's dealing with. That's who Christ came back for. Watch, read.
He had not dealt so with any nation.
He said he ain't dealt so with any nation. So what our people do? They run to John 3:16 and they confuse us. Let's go to Acts 10. Let's get Cornelius. Because our people, we don't, this is stuff. Have you been drinking, bro?
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, but you can't be drunk.
I can't.
We're going to get that next.
I understand that.
Watch it. Start at verse 1.
The book of Acts chapter 10 and verse 1.
Read.
There was a certain man in Caesarea.
Said there was a certain man. We're going to read about Cornelius. He was in Caesarea. Watch this.
Called Cornelius.
Called Cornelius. Cornelius. Read. Watch this.
A centurion of the band called the Italian
He was in
band.
the Italian band. He was in the army. He was in the army. It's like if you have somebody like me. I used to serve in the 82nd Airborne Division. That's a band. That's an American band within the United States Forces. Cornelius was in the army. Cornelius was a northern kingdom brother. He was an Israelite.
Bring it out.
Watch this. Read.
A devout man.
He said a what?
A devout man.
He was the devout man. Give me that precept for devout. We're going into Cornelius. We're going into the northern kingdom. And then we're going to go into Acts 15 to show you what was going on. Because this was a big deal, as it is still to this day. Because our people still think that Gentiles means everybody. Watch this. Come on.
Acts 22 and verse 12.
Watch this. Listen, brother.
And one Ananias, a devout man according to the law.
He said a devout man according to the law. Okay, so if Cornelius was a white boy running around here, was he devoted to the law? No!
Right.
2 plus 2 equals 4.
Right.
It said he was a devout man according to the law, according to the commandments.
Right.
Go back, read. Come on.
Verse 2.
Read.
A devout man and one that feared God with all his house.
She said he feared the Lord with all of his. Hold on, read that part very slow. Watch this.
And one that feared God with all his house.
So his house feared the Lord as well. He was a devout man of the law, and he feared God. Now get to the point. Jump over to verse, what is it? Where it gets right to the point. Verse 22?
22.
Get to verse 2. Watch this.
And they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man, and one that feared God, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews.
So he was amongst the Jews, brother. But what happened? Our people, they don't understand the Bible. Acts 15, verse 1. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see what was going on. Because what happened is our people do not understand Acts. They don't understand the book of Galatians. They don't understand Corinthians. But Christians run to those books because they don't understand it. And then they be lost as hell. They think, oh, everybody can come in. They find one verse and don't understand it. Start at verse 1. Read.
Acts 15 and verse 1. And certain men which came down from Judea taught the brethren, and said, except ye be circumcised after the manner of Moses, ye cannot be saved.
So hold on. They came down from Judea. These were learned men. And what were they teaching? They were teaching that you had to be circumcised after the manner of Moses. What does that mean? You got to go back to the animal sacrifice. Because remember, when you were after the covenant of Abraham, you were circumcised, right? They're saying that after the matter of Moses, you got to sacrifice animals, brother. What was happening? They were causing confusion, just like a Christian. That's what they do. Read on, watch this.
When therefore Paul and Barnabas,
Paul, an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, and Barnabas, he was there too. These are brothers. They are to correct this. Watch this. Read. Watch this.
had no small dissension.
They had a big disagreement. This was a big deal. Imagine all of the people, like imagine I'm gonna use these because these are people you can relate to. Imagine T.D. Jakes, all of the black pastors that you know coming in and having a big discussion about who can get the kingdom of heaven. That's why people don't understand who Gentiles were. Gentiles is usually a non-Israelite nation. The northern kingdom had went the hell off. They were in idolatry. But Christ came when he died. He said, hey, they got a chance at repentance. So that's what's being discussed here. Read on, watch it.
And disputation with them, they determined that Paul and Barnabas and certain other of them should go up to Jerusalem unto the apostles and elders about this question.
So they had to go to the elders about this question. Because remember, Paul, he reported to Peter. And then him and Barnabas, they went down to Judea to report on to, they had to have a discussion about this thing. Watch what happened, read. Let's go.
And being brought on their way by the church, they passed through Phoenix and Samaria.
Hold on, brother. It said they passed through Phoenix and Samaria. Give me that Isaiah 4. Let's get the precept for Samaria. I believe it's 4 and 7. Is it 4 and 7 or 7 and 9? I'm gonna look at it. Let's find out who the head of Samaria, who was in Samaria. It said they went through Samaria, right? Who was in Samaria? Watch this.
The book of Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 9.
Watch this.
And the head of Ephraim.
Listen to this, brother. It said the head of Ephraim. Watch it. Look at. I want you to look at the sign. Look, the head of Ephraim
is Samaria.
is Samaria. Damn. So they went through Samaria. Who are they talking to? White folks. They were talking to the so-called Ephraim. They had Puerto Ricans with them. It says they went through Samaria. We don't go back. Now jump back. You know? Watch this. Come on.
And being brought on their way by the church, they passed through Phoenix and Samaria, declaring the conversion of the Gentiles.
The conversion of the Gentiles. Give me that in the Gospels. Was it 4 and Matthew 4 and 15. Watch it. It said the Gentiles, right? It said they were talking about the conversion of the Gentiles. What Gentiles were they talking about? They were talking about us.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
We had a brother come up here and say, God love everybody, and he didn't know who the hell Gentiles were. But he was lost. But we're explaining to him who were Gentiles, who Christ came and died for. Read that.
Matthew chapter 4 and verse 15. The land of Zebulun.
Okay, so they passed through Ephraim. He said they passed through Ephraim. He said now the land of Zebulun, right? Guatemala down to Panama. The Mayans, the Aztecas, and the Incas. They are there. Read on, watch this.
And the land of Naphtali.
And then of Naphtali, Argentina, Chile. They were there too. Watch this.
By the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. The Gentiles.
That's the northern tribe.
That's right.
They were talking about this. They were talking about them coming back into the fold to get the kingdom of heaven.
Bring it out.
Now go back to Acts 15. Come on.
Verse 3. And being brought on their way by the church, and they passed through Phoenix and Samaria, declaring the conversion of the Gentiles, and they caused great joy unto all the brethren.
So they said it caused great joy. Really think about it. They said the kingdom of heaven is shut up to the northern kingdom. To Gad, Reuben, Simeon. They said no, they can't get it no more because they went in idolatry. You can read about that. It was a split. I'll get that in 1 Kings next, and I'll show you there was a split in the kingdoms. But now you got Barnabas and Paul coming back, and Titus, he was with them too. And he's explaining to them, hey, y'all can come back into the fold. Y'all can come back. Y'all got a shot now. Y'all can get the kingdom of heaven. Read on. Come on.
Verse 4.
Read.
And when they were come to
So they
Jerusalem,
went to Jerusalem. Watch this.
they were received of the church and of the apostles and elders.
Read.
And they declared all things that God had done with them.
Read.
But there rose up certain of the sect of the
There
Pharisees,
goes the Negroes, the Pharisees. It says there rose up a sect to them. Watch what they did. Watch this.
which believed, saying that it was needful to circumcise them and to command them to keep the law of Moses.
So it was certain men that wanted to do animal sacrifice, but they were saying they were trying to shut out the kingdom of Northern Kingdom, but that wasn't supposed to. It wasn't supposed to go down like that. When Christ died, they were supposed to be able to come back into the fold. Read.
But and the apostles and the elders came together. One more time. And the apostles and elders came together for to consider of this matter.
So they're gonna consider the matter, because really think about it. This is a heavy, heavy matter. Because think about it. Northern Kingdom, they were in the law, but they fell off. Judah, Southern Kingdom, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, they were still in the law. So we understood the law from the tribe of Judah. We understood it. So now you telling me that Northern Kingdom can come back?
Bring it out.
These people that are Gentiles, now they can get the kingdom of heaven? That's what's going on here. This is a big deal. This is a very, very big deal.
Right.
Read on, come on.
And when there had been much disputing,
They say there have been what?
much
Well, they
disputing,
said there have been much disputing. You got to understand the history. You got to let out the liquor. But, where you going? Where you going? Yeah, everybody get home. Then do what? You ain't got to go nowhere. You need to relax. Wow, you relaxing now? You in the shades. You get some water? We'll give you some water. You hot? You like you hot? Hey, get a brother something. Get a brother something cold to drink. We'll give you some water to help you get off that liquor, man. We are 5 people. Okay, all praises.
all praise.
Read on, come on.
And when there had been much
They
disputing,
said there had been much disputed. Read.
Peter rose up.
So Peter rose up. Because remember, when he told Peter, rise, kill, and eat, he was talking about Cornelius. We read over that in Acts the 10th chapter. That's what was going on. Because Cornelius had a shop. Remember, his prayers came up. He was a devout man. He was keeping the commandments. He was of the northern tribe. Read on, watch this.
And said unto them, men and brethren, ye know how that a good while
He said,
ago
no, a good while ago, read.
God made choice among us that the Gentiles,
As the Gentiles, usually non-Israelite people, the Gentiles, come on,
by my mouth shall hear the word of the gospel and believe.
he said they would believe. Did not Cornelius believe in the gospel? He believed.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.